Okay, this is Schoolyard. Take one.
Remember the days of the old schoolyard? We used to laugh a lot. Oh, don't you remember the days of the old schoolyard? When we had imaginings and we had all kinds of things, and we laughed and needed love. Yes, I do. Oh, and I remember you. Remember the days of the old schoolyard? We used to cry a lot. Oh, don't you remember the days of the old schoolyard? When we had simplicity and we had warm toast for tea, and we laughed and needed love. Yes, I do. Oh, and I remember you.
You were my sweet love,
My first sweet love,
my love, love.
my love, lovey love.
No matter what place,
Wherever the place,
I still see your face.
your smiling face
Inside me,
inside my dreams.
like it breathes.
God save our dreams.
The time fades.
No time may fade.
It ain't never too late
To learn about love. Learn about love. Remember the days of the old schoolyard? We used to laugh a lot. Oh, don't you remember the days of the old schoolyard? When we had imaginings and we had all kinds of things, and we laughed and needed love. Yes, I do. Oh, when I remember you.
So first, we'll just start off with the acknowledgement of the country. So in spirit of reconciliation, Montana Colleges acknowledges the traditional custodians of the country throughout Australia and their connections to the land, sea and community. We pay respect to the traditional custodians, the Wurundjeri people and their elders past, present and emerging, and the Boonwurrung people of the Kulin Nation. I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples here today. Can you guys please stand for the anthem quickly? We would now like to introduce Mr. Murphy.
Thanks, Connor, and welcome everyone to your farewell assembly. Obviously, I want to welcome the Year 12 class of 2020, but also the teachers who are able to be here with us today, the members of the principal team, and to many family members who are watching us live via Facebook. We say hello to you as well. I think we can safely say that the fact that you're sitting here celebrating your farewell assembly today, despite everything that you have gone through this year, probably means that we can say that you are the greatest Year 12 cohort ever. I think you absolutely need to be congratulated for being resilient and persevering through what has been probably the craziest year that any of us will ever experience in our lifetime, and anything that's happened in more than 100 years. To continue to focus on your work and your study through remote learning, without getting the opportunity to celebrate and engage in many of the activities that make Year 12 the most amazing year of your 13, I think says a lot about you as a group and says a lot about you as individuals. And I know that we should recognise not only the work that you've done, but the support that you've had from your family and friends this year. So certainly from me and on behalf of the school community, well done on what you've been able to achieve. Today's all about celebrating, and you should do everything in your power to make sure that today is going to be a memorable day. I mean, I still remember the last day of Year 12 for me back in 1993. It was very exciting. I can still remember it like it was yesterday. This day will be remembered for many of you for a long time to come. So I know you've been having a lot of fun already. I know there are more things planned for the rest of the day that will be exciting. And do what you can to take as many photos and videos so you've got those memories. Unfortunately, back in my day, I think mobile phones maybe were just invented, but they certainly didn't have cameras, and I wouldn't have a photo of my last day that I could share with anyone. That will be completely different for you, so take lots of photos with your friends, take lots of photos with your teachers so you've got those memories to last you forever. Finally, I want to say that today is all about celebrating, but as you know, it's not the end. You've got a really important period coming up over the next few weeks. And the most disappointing part of my job as principal is particularly when Year 12s come up the following year or in December and they say, you know what, Mr. Murphy, if only I actually had to spend a bit more time studying there at the end, if only I had better prepared for my exams, if only I had got a bit more feedback off my teachers, or had a chat to my friends about what we might be able to do to prepare for that exam. Over the next few weeks, make sure you don't have any if-onlys. Give everything you can, commit everything you need to over the next month to make sure that you can get the best results ever. This has been a crazy year and it's been very disruptive, but that's been the case for all Year 12s right across Victoria. And as I said to you in that assembly that we had before we went back into remote learning, we've thrown more resources at you guys in the last few months than many other schools can afford to throw at their Year 12s. You've got a head start. You've got a real advantage. Make sure you capitalise on that by working your butts off over the next few weeks so you're in the best position to get the best results possible in those exams. Because celebrating today is great. Celebrating an achievement for finishing Year 12 is awesome. but it's not as good as making sure you get the outcome that you've been striving for. When you've done this year and you've finished and you get great results and you get into either, the career that you want, whether that's an apprenticeship, a job, or going to university or TAFE, that's the outcome that really is the icing on top. So make sure you work hard over the next month to finish off the year, not just celebrating the fact that you've finished year 12 and 13 years of school, but you're celebrating the fact that you achieved the outcome that you've always strived for. But otherwise, enjoy today. Hopefully you can enjoy it with your friends and family out of your house over the next couple of weeks. You guys have deserved it. As I said, you've been through more than any other Year 12s before you. You've conquered the mountain and you deserve plenty of applause. Well done.
Apologies for the people who are watching this live stream. Mr. Lewis ordered the wrong filter today, so instead of getting the one that makes me look younger, he ordered the one that makes me look older. But we will sort that out later, Mr. Lewis. So today marks the culmination of years of learning, the actualisation of goals, and the acknowledgement of your individual achievements. Your journey has taken 1,000 days, 6,000 hours since you embarked your epic joined us at Montana College. Well, it's been like sailing this year into the eye of a storm. We have seen it through because at Montana College we developed strong partnerships between students, parents, guardians and the school. This partnership is the Western world's equivalent of the African proverb, it takes a village to raise a child. So today I want to acknowledge all of the partners that have been with you through this epic journey. Firstly, to the parents and guardians who have stood beside you, this is much a celebration for you as it is for your children. You have provided resources, approved hundreds of consent forms, washed and ironed many, many uniforms, attended all of those parent-teacher interviews, and the list could go on and on. You have been there to cheer them on as they have participated in sport, been in production and in music. Their greatest support as they experience the rites of passage, the Year 10 formals, presentation ball and the Northern Territory trip. This year you have had to weather the storm of the SACs and the challenges of workplaces at home. Lucky you have superpowers. You have been able to ride out the tantrums and the tears. You have supported, offered advice, encouragement and wisdom. On behalf of the students and the staff at Montana College, we would like to congratulate the parents and guardians on this milestone. We have formed a great partnership, and for some of you, we've become really good friends. And we will miss those of you who will no longer have a connection with the college. Just as significantly in your journey are all the staff who have worked with you to discover your very best self over the last 6 years. With you today are some of your Year 12 teachers, but there have been many more who have supported you along your academic and personal journey. From the year level leaders, the education support staff, your classroom teachers, over the years, these people have encouraged you to voice your opinions, discover your passions, foster your talents, and to learn from your mistakes. They have marked countless pieces of work, provided endless feedback on improvement, worked with your parents to support you, and this year even learnt how to teach to little icons on the screen. And for my classes, you will never have to hear me say, "Can you hear me? Can you see my screen?" It seems impossible that just 6 short years ago, I welcomed you to Montana College for the very first time. In that assembly, you were set the task of being your best self at all times and making every moment, both in and out of class, count. You have shown determination, persistence and resourcefulness, seeing this journey through to its completion. You have supported one another and in the process made lifelong friends. You have gained knowledge, expertise and honed your talents to ensure that your wildest dreams beyond Wantirna College will come to fruition. I wanted to read this small passage to you from a famous philosopher, Dr. Seuss. Today you are you, that is truer than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you. You are off to great places, today is your day, your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. I chose this because I wanted you to remember that no matter what comes your way, be true to yourself. Today you stand on the cusp of the next part of your journey. Find your mountain, take the challenge and continue to grow to be the best you can be. Take a moment to congratulate yourself for the hard work you have just completed. Your parents, guardians and teachers are proud of each and every one of you. It has been an honour and a privilege to be part of your journey and we wish you happiness and success on your next adventure. Never forget, you are Wantirna College people, the best people, people who are well prepared to always strive, achieve and excel.
So we thought you'd get a giggle out of that. Thanks, Jacob. So it really doesn't seem that it was 9 months ago that we stood in the theatre to welcome you to Year 12. I know that I felt a bit nervous, wondering what the year was going to be like and hoping that we could be there for you as YLLs. We never imagined the year it was going to be for you.
There have been so many challenges through this year, adjusting to the academic demands, working out how to balance homework, work, social commitments, then COVID seemed to roll through our lives, scattering all our good intentions and any normality that we had.
Round 1 of remote learning was tough, but you came back. Participated in masterclasses, some reluctantly, and received that all-important satisfactory to go through to Year 4. Here in the later years, team, we had a motto, and from the principal team to the YLLs, we all bought in. It was lose nobody through remote learning because we knew there was nothing out there. There was no jobs. TAFEs were struggling to cope with their normal demands, and it was really important for us that we kept you here. And we knew that the further we could get you through this year, the more options you would have. And these could be employment, apprenticeships, TAFE courses, or universities for some of you.
And then came round 2 of remote learning, and you guys were amazing. It just seemed to be, we have done this, and we know what to do, so things will be okay. And you came back again, you completed your SACs, after school tutoring, Toasty Thursdays, Maths Boost, and so many other meetings with your subject teachers. We felt so much better just being able to walk through the Senior Centre and seeing you and knowing that we were here for you.
We know that for all of you, the experience of remote learning was different, and at times it seemed just to be too hard. The tears, the many chats, the messages, and I don't want to ever sort of invalidate that experience. But you came back, and that's what we need to celebrate. We need to celebrate the fact that you came back. All right? I hope that you will look back on this year with affection and with the realisation of how much you've grown up in so many different ways.
This is not just a goodbye to Year 12. It is a goodbye to 6 years of secondary school and a really wide range of experiences. Remember back to who you were that day when you turned up to Year 7 orientation, then to Year 7 camp, making lifelong friends. Year 9 camps, challenge days, Year 10 formals, sports days, swimming carnivals, the Pres Ball, and of course the Northern Territory Tour. You are all the sum of your experiences, and they've all helped you to develop the skills and the person that you are today. It has been a privilege to have been your YLLs, and we are very proud of you and wish you all the best in your future.
Okay, this is a slide that we found when we were looking through the assemblies. This is a slide we put up at the beginning of the year. This was from your very first Year 12 assembly, all right? And we said that it was a marathon. And now you're at that final lap, and we want you to watch this video and think about this is where you are. Run your own race, all right? Do your best. That's what we want for you.
And now I'd just like to introduce Miss Ford, who will be farewelling the international students.
Hi everybody, I was just concentrating really hard coming up those stairs because I've tripped on them 5 times this morning. Welcome to your final assembly. It is great to have you all here. Can I ask Miss Lee to come to the stage as well? One of the things that we traditionally do at our final day assembly is to recognise and acknowledge our international students. And it's really important that we do this. Some of you may have heard me say these things before, but our international students come to us usually in Year 10. They fly from their home countries to Australia on their own. They're met at the airport by Nina, who they've never met before. They're taken in a car from the airport to a homestay with people that they've never met before. The very next day they come to school and they're introduced to the people at the school. They don't necessarily have strong English language. They're in a culture different to their own. Today we really want to acknowledge the achievements of 12 of our international students who are completing Year 12 this year. To come from that situation in Year 10 to actually coming through the same as everybody else, a pandemic, and being such a long way from home and from family, their task has been all the more harder than what would normally be. So usually what would happen at the end of this assembly is the Year 12 international students would actually be thinking about going home. But also, just to add an additional concern for them, this year that's going to be very difficult because, as you know, our borders are closed. So today we'd really like to recognise and acknowledge our Year 12 international students, and I'm going to invite those students up here, and Miss Lee is going to make a presentation to them on behalf of all of our Year 12 students and staff. So, can I please call up Johnny Chen, please? And Peggy Don. Peggy. And Christy Goo. Christy. And Shelley Who. that you have sat in classes with, have I missed someone? Oh, sorry, there's more on the list. My apologies. Jessie Tan, come on down. Sorry, I've missed some. I do apologise. I skipped a line. James Lee, come on down. And James Yu. Again, I'm sorry. I missed another one. Karina, come on down. My apologies, guys. I think I need new glasses. So I know that you have been in classes with all the students who are sitting in front of us. This little gift is for you to open today and to use today with your classmates. And you'll know what I mean by that when you open them. So whilst Mr. Lewis is getting them organised, can we give our international students a massive round of Mr. Murphy, can I ask you to come up on stage and help me with the next bit, please?
Just going to move this closer, Miss Ford. Hang on a sec.
So just while Mr. Murphy and Mr. Lewis are organising some tech, each year at the valedictory dinner, we acknowledge the high academic achievement of our students with the Most Outstanding Student Award for one person in each subject. These awards are presented to people, they're a surprise, people don't know who they are, they're a very strongly kept secret. So today, because we can't do a valedictory dinner at this point in time, we thought that we would do it here. So, as I call your name out, please come up and Mr. Murphy will present the award. Okay, so firstly, the award for Most Outstanding Student in Biology is Isabella Clark. So normally we'd have a trophy. Unfortunately, the trophy makers were all closed until Tuesday. Okay, so Most Outstanding Student in Chemistry is Sarah Paxton. Most Outstanding Student in Physics is Joey Chilp. Most Outstanding Student in Psychology is Chelsea Green. Our Most Outstanding Student in Environmental Science is Mia Ward. Our Most Outstanding both maths methods and specialist maths is Yo-Yo Kay. And here's another dual winner. Our most outstanding student in English language and English is Jennifer Kwar. Our most outstanding student in English as an additional language goes to Sarah Doolittle. Okay, I hope I'm going to get this surname correct. Our most outstanding student for computing data analytics is Adam Nowakowski. So our most outstanding student in food studies, Chelsea Breeden. The most outstanding student in systems engineering, Alex Taylor. The most outstanding student in product design and technology goes to Tegan Kay. Okay, the most outstanding student in visual communication goes to Amy Foreman. And Adele Hall, you are the most outstanding student for media. Most outstanding student for music solo performance is Matthew Beaumont Thomas. Jasmine Dowling, most outstanding student for theatre studies. Carly Mae Berry. Come on down. Dance. Paige Sparrow, you are the most outstanding studio arts student. The most outstanding student for health and human development goes to Alexis Brown. Isabella Clark, please come back up for the PE most outstanding student. I have another double one, so double awards for accounting and business management to Michelle Reck. Our most outstanding student for geography goes to one of our school captains, Samantha Stiles. The History Revolutions Award, my favourite subject, Sarah Paxton. Come back. skills goes to Olivia Walter. And the award for VCAL Numeracy goes to Liz. And last but not least, because the task of an international student is so much harder, we do a Most Outstanding International Student Award, and this year it goes to Yo-Yo Now. I'd like to congratulate not just these students, but every single one of you for the academic progress and achievements you've made this year. We all know it's been a hard year and we'll all talk about that till death, but you've done an amazing job. Keep in mind though, as you're preparing for your exams or your next step if you're in VCAL, just remember, learning is about your future and about you guys having a better life. That's what it's all about. Just a quick note before I get off the stage, we are still planning to do some form of valedictory dinner for you early next year. We will be presenting the trophies that go with these awards at that time, along with some other presentations as well. Okay, thank you, that's it from me.
on a bit about VCAL. So obviously this year, whether you're in VC or VCAL, it's been extremely difficult with remote learning. As the majority of you know, VCAL is about creating a practical, hands-on learning environment. And obviously we couldn't do that through remote learning. So to do that, we did adapt to obviously doing calls over Microsoft Teams, outdoor activities, cooking, and also our vets did move to online as well. I just want to say I'm really super proud of VCAL VC, everyone for getting through remote learning. For VCAL, we did all complete our vet courses, we completed all of our classes, and we've all passed. So yeah, just a massive congratulations. And then also, just want to wish all the VC students good luck in exams. I hope you all do amazing, you'll smash it. So, congrats guys. Okay, so now we are going to move on to the student awards. So if you do win one, please just come up the stairs and grab it off Sam. So first of all, we have the most inseparable duo, which goes to Tara Hare and Grace Flanagan. Okay, so next up the award of who could win Australia's Got Talent goes to Carly May. Then our next award for the best bromance goes to Matthew Jelly and Jacob Lahiana. Okay, next award is the Forever Couple, which which goes to Mia Ward and which is presented to Olivia Alberti. Okay, next up we have the biggest comedian, which goes to Parvin Pillay. Chelsea Bruni. Okay, next up we have the award for the person who is always late to everything, which is presented to Sherwin. Okay, next up we have the Drama Award, which is presented to Chloe Kay and Elisa Visosky. Okay, next up we have the award for Everybody's Friend, which is presented to Josh Palou. Hannah Cosmopoulos. Okay, next up we have the award for Who Could Sell Ice to Eskimos, which is to Ashley Adhor. Most likely to need an ID at the age of 30 years old, which is presented to Jordan Lee. Okay, next we have most likely to be drafted in the NBA, which is presented to Ryan Fairchild. Okay, next up we have most likely to win the lottery but lose the ticket, which goes to Max Thomas. Next we have most likely to be the 2020 Ducks, which goes to Vance C. Okay, our next award is most likely to become an influencer, which goes to Tia Scoops. Most likely to become a millionaire, presented to Bailey Wright. Okay, and our very last award is most likely to be famous, which is presented to Megan Gurney.
Yeah, it is incredible to think that we're finally at the conclusion of our 13 years of school. As you know, this year has been way beyond any of our expectations, you know. Who could have imagined completing half of Year 12 at home? You know, like, we've missed so much, so many missed parties, so much seshing, so much alcohol, so many new opportunities. These were all the events that were meant to make Year 12 so memorable. Like, you know, we're looking forward to dancing with our teachers and each other at formal, to the last production, and to the many theme days. But throughout this, you know, utter shitness of a year and a lack of life, I hope you have found those who are willing to accompany you into the next stage of your life. Okay, good luck, guys, and remember, your ATAR does not define you. Good luck.
The antithesis, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times, I feel sums up this year perfectly. However, over the past 6 years here at Wantirna College, we have been lucky enough to have the opportunity to experience many highs, allowing us to create memorable moments with our teachers, our friends, and our cohort. From all the way back in Year 7, I hope you remember our first day, our first assembly, our first camp together, and all our trips to kiosk. These events were the building blocks to us creating many memories. As time went on, experiences such as bike riding and canoeing with our class, and major memories including Year 9 camp and city experience, pushed us to try and learn new things in order to grow as a cohort and as individuals. As we move into senior school, there's no doubt for those who went to the Northern Territory trip last year, or for those who participated in the presentation ball, these events are the ones that we'll definitely remember in years to come. Now in Year 12, pre-COVID, activities such as swimming sports was our first major highlight. A day where we could just have fun with our friends, take photos, and for many of us, the first time in 6 years that we actually got in the water and swim. It was the first day that we really felt like Year 12s, dressing up and parading our costumes to the rest of the school. From that day forward, we celebrated our special Year 12 theme days, including ISO Day, Shoot Kit, Decades, Pajama Day, and recently Primary School Day. I know that we all would have loved to have the full last year of school activities, and we're all really sad that we missed out on major events including our formal, the athletics carnival, and all the sport and performing arts performances. I believe that this year has made us treasure and appreciate all the previous amazing memories that we've created, including the simple things such as coming to school and seeing our friends. Things that we would have taken for granted before are indeed very special to us now. Thank you.
Thank you is not enough to express the appreciation we have for our cheer squad, the people who have supported and shaped us throughout the years. To our classroom teachers, your persistent support and motivation, especially when we were convinced there was no hope of finishing Year 12, thank you. You've continually gone out of your way to provide us with extra assistance throughout the remote learning period and face-to-face learning period. The work you have done for us is unforgettable, and we cannot thank you enough. To our coordinators and our lady years team, you've worked so hard to make as many traditional Year 12 events possible, as well as making them enjoyable for all of us to participate in, especially under COVID restrictions, which was pretty tricky. In all honesty, without you, none of these events that we actually managed to organise would have been possible, so thank you. To our principal team, thank you for providing us with so many opportunities in order to place us in the best possible position to be successful this year while enjoying and celebrating our final year. Also, a reminder to Mr. Murphy, we are holding you to that promise for a valedictory early next year. Finally, to the most important people, our parents and guardians who are watching us through the live stream today. This year would not have been possible without your support and encouragement. You've been through the tears, tantrums, and every single sack that we have sat through this year. Always willing us to make it to the finish line, which is today. We only have a short way to go. We are so grateful to have you by our sides through this crazy journey, and we look forward to having you present through our next chapter of life. So thank you to our incredible cheer squad, who have persisted to provide us with hope, motivation and encouragement from beginning to end, Year 7 to the end of Year 12. Without a doubt, we would not be who we are today if you weren't for the team of teachers, parents and guardians that have guided us through the years at Montana College.
How fitting that with the year we've had, we end up sitting here outside, masks on and socially distanced. Guess that's just the type of year it's been. Over the past week, we've experienced a lot of lasts. Our last formal classes, our last trips to the orchard, our last visits to the lockers at the end of the school day, and our last lunchtimes reminiscing about how stuffed up this year's been. And for some of us, even our last detentions for being out of uniform, or even making a sneaky lunchtime KFC on Macca's run. Yes, Macca's, I'm looking at you. Embedded in all these lasts is that last bit of work that still needs to be done. Those last couple of weeks of revision and countless practice exams before the most important part of the year, those dreaded exams. We have come so far, now's not the time to give up and throw all of our hard work and sleepless nights preparing for that last sack of the week away. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel, so close now, just a little more to go. I want to finish with a couple of personal thank yous to Mingos, Whitey and Pollock. You guys have helped and supported not only me, but the rest of the cohort immensely. Your work does not go unnoticed. So from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of the cohort, thank you for all that you've done for us. But most importantly, to my fellow peers, I'm thankful for the time we've spent together, and I know we'll look back on not only this year, but our last 6 with many treasured memories, enough to last a lifetime. After today, it will not be so easy for us to catch up with each other like we have for the last 6 years. So look around you and savor the time we've got together now. Before I finish, Sam and I, on behalf of the captains, have put together a little surprise featuring some very important people that have been involved in our 6-year journey at Montana. So class of 2020, this is for you. Enjoy and best of luck.
Hey 12s, congratulations on making it so far. It seems like just the other day that I met you guys all for the very first time at our grade 6 testing day back in October of 2014. So much has changed since then. You guys have all built new friendships, you've tried new subjects, and you've all grown at least a foot or two. In Year 7, it was a year full of memories for me as your year level leader. Whether it was spending lunchtimes with you guys, playing some sports like basketball or table tennis, or my daily chats with 7H during home group. Year 7 provided you guys with so many different opportunities to build bonds now with your teachers and with your peers that have now lasted you guys for the past 6 years. And it was a year packed full of highlights. It was the transition camp at Camp Oasis. There was our home group competitions, which saw 7C accelerate past the rest of the classes in our dodgeball tournament, or 7F winning our European handball competition, or 7B just getting over the line against 7H in our volleyball comp. We also had our outdoor ed trips as well, heading off to Jells Park on our bikes or canoeing and kayaking around Lilydale Lake. I was so glad to be able to share all these experiences with you guys. And I really want to congratulate you guys once again on making it through to the end of Year 12. Finally, I just wanted to wish you guys all the best of luck for your upcoming exams and whatever your future holds.
Hi Year 12, just a quick message from me for your last day of school, your last assembly. It's going to be the many of lasts today, and I really want you to make sure that you're enjoying this special, amazing day. You all deserve it. You've all worked so hard, and it's been so awesome to see you guys grow from those tiny little grade 6s during an orientation and walking around the school and being really nervous to the young adults that you are today. I feel like I've really sort of travelled along this journey with you, from starting with 7D and being 7D's home group teacher, go 7D, to Year 7 camp and thinking that going for a swim in that freezing cold pool was a great idea, and bush dancing with Jeremy Leeson at night time after dinner, and then we had Year 8 personal best, and 8D, we officially made a catwalk in J2, and I had you guys strut the catwalk doing your presentations. Year 8 was when you also had Timsy and I as your year level leaders, and that was, I guess, the beginning of when we really got to know one another and make those connections and support you guys all the way through middle years, and even still through into Year 9. Year 9 saw your beginning of your electives, and so it was great to really be with some of you who had a real passion for performing arts, and so I was lucky enough to teach a lot of you for either drama or dance. Year 9 saw Year 9 camps as well, so if you're lucky enough to come along with Timsy and I to Karoonda, some of you went horse riding for the first time. We got lost on that massive hike up the hill. Pretty sure that was my fault. It took ages for us to get up there, but we made it. Pretty sure Timsy saved the day for that one. There was windows smashed in my cabin of all cabins from water bottles being thrown, but it didn't dampen that whole week. That whole week was just amazing, and it was so great to share that with you guys. And then you headed into later years, and it was kind of a big moment for Timsy and I. It was just passing you on, and I know that was really daunting for a lot of you, but look what you've come through the other side as, just resilient, determined young adults who have persevered through probably the hardest year of our lives, and you've come out the other side and you've just kept going. You haven't stopped. So you haven't got long to go now. Just make sure you keep nagging your teachers for exam revision. Don't stop. You're almost there. I cannot wait to party with you guys at Val. Whenever Val will happen, it will happen, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys. Best of luck, and really going to miss you all. See ya.
Hi Year 12, congratulations on finishing. I'm sure you're all very excited to leave, but I think it's appropriate that I pop back in and remind you of some of the amazing things that you achieved way back when you were in Year 8 and 9 with myself and Miss Gardner as your year level leaders. I think one of the main reasons that I bonded with this year level as a whole is that your first day was the same as my first day. And so I was able to be 7B's home group teacher. Special shout out to them. You were all superstars. And they're actually the people that motivated me to be your year level leader for the next 2 years. Lots of different experiences that you had. Lots of opportunities for you to grow as individuals and also as groups. And I've always loved the fact that as such an outstanding group of young people, you've banded together when things have gotten challenging and you've supported each other. So really well done on surviving this year in particular. I just wanted to say to you how proud I am of what you've achieved, and that you should give each other massive pats on the back for this year in particular, and go away knowing that you can do whatever you want to do, whatever you put your heart and soul into. Back yourself and say yes to new adventures. Congratulations again. It has been an honour.
Hello, Year 12s. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness, you've made it. Seems like Year 10 was a long time ago. Well, Year 10 was a long time ago. Year 7, even longer. During the years that you've been here, though, you've grown, you've developed. You've equipped yourself with a whole arsenal of skills and techniques and understandings that you didn't have when you came here. Skills and understandings that you'll take with you, whatever you do, wherever you go. And I hope you'll make a great success of whatever it is that you do. When you do leave, though, and you go out into that big wide world, just one piece of advice. Always remember to close your air hole before you light the gas. Thank you.
Hey guys, congratulations on finishing your year this year. This year has been incredibly difficult, so the fact that you managed to get to the end of it, congratulations, and hopefully this just means that you're more well equipped to deal with all the challenges that you face in the future. I've missed seeing and talking to a lot of you guys, and I'm wishing you all the very best with your exams, your studies, with relationships and your jobs in the future. So I'd like to give you a piece of advice, but I'm going to be very quick because my phone's about to run out of battery. Now, this piece of advice is guaranteed to give you a lot of success in your life, and it's guaranteed to bring you a lot of wealth, but you need to make sure that you follow this every single day. And that piece of advice means that every single day you are going to
Hello, class of 2020. It's me, Mr. Cotton here. I just wanted to quickly drop by and wish you all a huge congratulations. Not only surviving this year, but thriving throughout this year. Let's be honest, 2020 has sucked in many ways. And I know I certainly won't be forgetting it anytime soon. And my grey hairs in my beard are going to continue to remind me well into the future. But the way you have come together and you have taken on the challenges this year is just amazing. It really is outstanding the way you've met each challenge head on, and you've stayed positive and you've stayed together, and here you are, you've made it to the end of the year. I was so honoured to be your year level leader in 2019, but the way you have handled yourself this year, I couldn't be more proud of you, and really you should be so proud of yourself in what you have achieved, because this has been a difficult year. Trust me, it's been a really difficult year, and the way everyone has just continued to march on and take on every new challenge head on has been outstanding. So good luck with your exams. Do your best. Like everything else this year, just absolutely give it a crack, do your best. But remember, don't let any exam result sort of define who you are or define where you're going to go. I'm sure if each and every one of you does your best, then you're sure to succeed. So congratulations, have a great summer. Hopefully everything opens up and you can enjoy it. But more importantly, have a great life. And hopefully I'll see you someday down the track. Bye.
Hey Year 12s, Mr. Pollock here. Just thought I would put together a little personal message just to thank you all and just to recount some of the journey over the last 6 years. Some of you may not remember, but I met a lot of you on the orientation day all those many years ago, back when you were just starting out in Year 7. And through that time, I've had a chance to teach a whole lot of you, mainly in IT, but also had a lot of really great interactions with a number of you over the course of this year. I know it's been a tough one, but it's been a positive year to see how some of you and most of you have approached the year and gone through it. So I'm really proud of all your efforts this year. The year is nearly over, but I really look forward to sharing some of the successes that you guys have this year with you next year. And I'll pass it over to Mrs. White.
Hi guys, how are you? I was sort of thinking back to when I first all met you. Oh God, I'm getting teary already. And it was in Year 9. It was in your Year 9. So I was a Year 9 homeroom teacher. And obviously I taught you science. I've taught a few of you science over the years. But it was only my second year of teaching. And I feel like that I've learnt so much from you over the last 4 years. And I don't know whether you really appreciate, how much as teachers we value our interactions with our students. And then, so being your science teacher, then there was my Year 10 maths class. Oh my God, I think I'm still scarred from that, to be honest. No, really, joking. And then your coordinators, we've been your coordinators. And this year has just been, it's been an absolute privilege. And we just wish you all the best in the future. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Cheers.
See ya.
Well, I feel like I've been stalking you guys since you were in primary school. Thank you very much for letting me be part of the transition process for you, working with you from grade 6 into Year 7 and then moving with me into from the middle years into the later years, and more recently to assist you in carving out what the next stage of your learning or what that's going to look like for you past Wantirna College. This cohort holds a very significant place in my heart. And part of that reason is because I got to know so many of you when you were in Year 7, because I was lucky enough to be part of the Year 7 Science and Maths team. And we did multiple rotations, so I got to know all of you and your families when we first started together. I then had the pleasure of teaching some of you in Year 8, and I need to say sorry for those students who I inflicted Mr. Pikachu on. I've been feeling really bad about it since that time, and have tried to do little things to try and make up for what happened at that period of time. Wanted to say good luck to all of you, and I wanted to say a special thanks to my little coconut crew, and I also wanted to take this time to say that if you ever need any kind of assistance beyond school, you always know where I am. I will be here if you need people to have somebody as a referee or to assist you if you want to change directions in what you do beyond school. And finally, in the words of Nanny McPhee, because I felt like that sometimes, is that when you need me but do not want me, then I must stay. When you want me but no longer need me, then I have to go, which is at this point in time. Best of luck in whatever you choose to do beyond Wantirna College. I know you'll all do awesome things because you're awesome people. Thank you.